The Commission of Inquiry concluded its work on day 24, with counsel to the Commission presenting an overview of the evidence before the Commission for their consideration. Senior Counsel Sophia Choate, who has served the Commission from the time it began hearing testimonies, started off her presentation describing the importance of democracy and integrity, particularly in the electoral processes.
Now I submit that poor, negligent, or dishonest decision making by a state entity, whether it's GCOM or the GPF or any other state entity, which impacts negatively on the outcome of the electoral process, is contrary to the inclusionary democracy defined in Article 16. And I will ask you to so find.
She then went on to explain the Commission's role, why it was critical for the Commission to gather this information and provide an analytical report on the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. Recounting the events happening at Ashman's building, Choate highlighted what she concluded to have transpired.
What we then have is a convoluted process of delay, changes in procedure, a lack of transparency, a lack of accountability, and deliberate manipulation of the process to make it as opaque as possible, not only for the party agents who are entitled in law to be there, but for the observers who represent civil society.
Continuing to express the conclusion she arrived at after looking at the evidence, the senior counsel said that the events occurring immediately after March 2 can only be described as bizarre.
And what happens over the next 2 days is, quite frankly, nothing short of bizarre. I don't think any other word can occur to the mind of a reasonable person looking back. I accept that we are looking back to something which occurred then, and you have 2020 vision, and you are able to say this should have happened and that should have happened, or this could have been done or that could have been done. But even if you put in all those considerations, even if you plug them in, there's really no reasonable and lawful explanation for what took place over the next 2 days.
After refreshing the memories of the commissioners about the events that transpired and those who played a role in the events unfolding in the manner in which they did, Choate expressed her hope that those involved have realized the magnitude of their actions.
The actions of those who wanted to pervert the rule of law turned the GCOM into a dark and opaque place. And that could have led to very serious consequences for this country. I hope those who decided to take such actions as they did have by now recognized how dangerous what they did was to the legal and social and moral fabric of Guyana.
Chairman of the Commission, retired Justice Stanley John, thanked the attorney for her work and the staff of the Commission for the role they played in the execution of its duties. The Commission of Inquiry was set up by His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali to inquire into the events surrounding the March 2, 2020 general and regional elections. On day 23, the CoI heard from Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Mohabir Anil Nandlal, who was the last person to testify. Minister Nandlal revealed that international observer groups, including the Carter Center, were denied permission to return to observe the recount process. The commissioners will now deliberate upon all the evidence provided to them and will present a report of their findings to His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. The majority of all the testimonies given by observers and other officials of the elections have aligned to prove that there was a clear attempt to subvert the rule of law and the process of democracy.